Hello everybody and welcome back to another Michael Jackson video, but not really an MJ video because I'm not going to make those for a while. More of a video about a ticket that happened 8 years ago when I was going to go to This Is It, but as you know. Anyway, if you don't know the story about what I was doing that day, you can click the link below to a video called 1 Year Later, which I made on June 25th, 2010, 1 year after he died. It was more of my story of what I was doing when he died. I don't recall if I ever made a video regarding how I got the tickets, but I'll be telling you that in this video regardless. Anyway, so this story is about a fucking asshole named Justin. This motherfucker actually thinks that he can give me, a tongue lashing. Well, if he's too much of a pussy to talk to me, then he will at the very least be exposed for the scumbag that he is. Now, here's the story before I get into the messages. In 2009, he and I were going to go to the This Is It concert together. He's an MJ fan that I knew here in Toronto, an MJ fan friend that I knew here in Toronto. When we were friends, I didn't really like this guy, to be honest, because he was very narcissistic. He had a huge sense of entitlement, like, oh my god. I've never seen somebody with a bigger sense of entitlement or a sense of obligation in my life. He thought, he constantly came across like he could get you to do whatever he wants for him without him really having to be nice or ask. It was more like he just expected people to be like at his feet kind of thing. I mean, one time when I was at his house, he asked me to clean his house and I fucking did. Anyway, also, whenever we hung out, I had to travel all the way down to Toronto to his house. He never met up with me, so that kind of stuff. But it gets worse, don't worry. Anyway, as far as my actual story goes, it goes like this. There was a 3-day pre-sale, for those of you who don't remember what happened. There was a 3-day pre-sale for the Michael Jackson tickets. And at the time, I was going to school and I was working. So what was happening was, I would wake up, go to class, go to work, then at nighttime, travel all the way down to his house, sit on his computer all day with him and try to get into the queue to buy a ticket. And then on day one we would fail. I would stay there all night, come back home in the morning and go to class, which means I didn't actually sleep. Go to class, go to work, travel back to his house, and then again, sit on the computer all night trying to get into the queue to buy a ticket, go back home, go to class, go to work, and go back to his place. For 3 days in a row I did this, and not an ounce of sleep because I was desperate for these tickets. Finally, towards the end of the third day of the pre-sale, we did get a ticket. Anyway, now of course this was 8 years ago, so I don't remember the details of exactly how it happened between him and I, but to my memory what happened was, when Michael Jackson died, I did want to keep the ticket as a souvenir, and I told him this. I said, you know, I'll give you money, you just give me my ticket, whatever. And I said something, no idea what it was, I was only 19 years old at the time, but I said something to this guy that pissed him off. I don't know, maybe I made some dumb comment, whatever, I was 19 years old, but I said something that pissed him off and caused him to block and delete me. No idea what I said, I have no fucking clue, but I said something. Anyway, he was always rude, he was always very, very selfish, narcissistic, huge sense of obligation, self-entitlement, and he was just a very rude guy. I was very upset because I really wanted this ticket. Anyway, he came up again, though, recently after 8 years. I was gonna go to the Jackson 4 concert, which was supposed to be in Toronto 4 days ago. The Jacksons canceled it, which I'm still upset about right now. But when I was on Facebook looking at the Jacksons' posts and reading through comments of people from Toronto who are also upset, I stumbled upon a guy named Justin who was writing comments, and I'm thinking, like, is this the same Justin from 8 years ago? I clicked on his page, and yes, this was in fact the same guy. So, I added him as a friend. I didn't really care to talk about the Jackson stuff. I just wanted to ask him if he still had the ticket after all these years. I took a shot, right? Anyway, so I added him as a friend. And I wasn't ready to message him, but I added him. The first person to message, the message was actually him. And here's the conversation. He messages me going, "Yo, Matt, it's been a while. How is it going with you?" Being all polite and being all nice. You'll see in a minute why that just makes him a fucking dick. Writes a second message. "What's your number again?" He wants my, okay, keep in mind, I hadn't even wrote anything. Yes, I did add him, but I hadn't even said hi yet. He's always saying, he's being nice, asking for my cell phone number. I need to ask you something about MJ and the Jacksons ASAP, and he even called me through Facebook Messenger. The fact that he thinks I'm going to give him all this stuff just because I added him, when I hadn't even messaged him yet, right there is showing the sense of obligation I was talking about. He has a sense of entitlement that people will just be like, hey, yeah, sure, I'll give you my number, here it is. Like, I didn't talk to him yet after 8 years. Anyway, so I didn't respond to that stuff, but I responded later in the evening saying this. Question. It's cool you remember me after 8 years. I'm being nice too. But I'm wondering, what did you end up doing with my This Is It ticket? Did you sell it? And do you still have yours? And then, even though I wrote a very nice message, he decided to write me like the asshole he is. You didn't pay me your This Is It ticket. I didn't say I did. And I moved, and cannot find either tickets for the life of me. You know you are a cheap ass, calls me cheap for no reason, and an ass, for not paying me for the ticket, and that's why I deleted you, because you left me a bad taste in my mouth. Which is complete bullshit. First of all, I wasn't even given an opportunity to pay him. The truth is I said something which pissed him off and he blocked me instantly. There was no option to hand him money or meet up or get a ticket. And he acts like I had to pay him or something. I didn't even have the ticket. How could I pay the guy? Or why would I pay him, more like? So I responded saying this. I didn't get a chance to pay you, actually, and you got mad at me for something I said to you, although I have no clue what it was. You kept both, but I can't find them. I thought you'd sell them. So I'm just trying to talk casual, even though he was rude to me. And then he again rudely and condescendingly goes, haha, thousands upon thousands of people kept This Is It tickets, and they are the most worthless tickets, which is not true. People who still have them are selling them on eBay and Kijiji for like $400. They're actually very expensive and one of the best souvenir tickets that there is. So quite a great fan for him to just blatantly insult Michael Jackson This Is It tickets. He continues to say, you literally told me you will pay me when you feel like it and you won't pay me when you don't. That's bullshit. Anybody who knows me, either in real life or on here, would know that I would never take rudeness over something like a Michael Jackson ticket. Anybody knows that a Michael Jackson ticket would mean everything to me, and I would be nice to fucking Hitler himself if he was gonna give me a Michael Jackson ticket. Okay, what an idiot. And I love his next part too. And you told me I don't feel like paying you shit. Those words never came. That is a blatant fucking lie. I love how he tells me to be honest and he lies. I would never, and I didn't say it to him, and I would never say it to anybody. I would never say I don't feel like paying you. What was I expecting? Him to give me a ticket for free? I wouldn't expect that of anybody, even my worst enemy, especially over a Michael Jackson ticket. What a fucking liar. He goes, you can just be honest. Calling me a liar. He's calling me a liar, of all people in the world. That's hilarious. And you don't have to justify bad decisions. What bad decisions? Oh, being your friend? Okay. Of being a cheap ass. I wasn't even cheap, okay. Like, even today, I would still offer the guy like $300 if I could. Even idiots can tell. Well, you are an idiot. He goes, and where do you get the balls to dare to ask me about the ticket you decided not to pay 8 years ago? Apparently, it's out of line for me to ask about a ticket. You must be a fucking neoliberal. Anyway, to be honest, I'm okay with people not paying me. Because in this world, money isn't everything. Well, I'm surprised because you have the personality of somebody who thinks money is everything. I'm not a millionaire, but I've done well with my life. I treasure a lot more things in life, and many things are not money related. Well, apparently you don't treasure friendship because it wasn't just me. You treat a lot of people like shit, dude. God. But I definitely don't deal with asshole losers like you. Well, you are an asshole. Have a great day. Oh, by the way, you are ugly and fat and you can't dance for shit. Which is hilarious. I love that comment, not because he says not because he insulted me 3 times, but because that comment right there actually says everything about him as a person. The fact that any human being, anybody who is contacted about something trivial, and the other person, in this situation being me, and that person is being nice and polite, just asking a very simple question, not swearing or insulting, but the other person is getting enraged and swearing and insulting, it says a lot about that person. It's not about what you ask them or what the situation is, but anybody who goes, hi, I have a question for you, and they go, fuck off, loser, piece of shit, asshole, it says a lot about the one who's swearing. Swearing does not make you a bad person. It's what you're swearing for and who you're swearing to based on what's going on. And clearly, anybody can see that he's way out of line here. At this point in the conversation, I hadn't even swore yet, and he's already swore and insulted me 7 times. For nothing. Over a question. And what's amazing is that according to his Facebook, he thinks he's a philosopher. This guy's a fucking fraud. And I follow it up with the following message. I say to him, I don't believe I said that. I may not remember, and I may have only been 19, but that's not the kind of person I am or was. So to tell me I refuse to pay is a blatant lie. The truth is, to my memory, I said something to you that pissed you off, and you basically deleted me instantly with no explanation or chance to pay. Which is the most logical explanation, by the way. As I said, I don't remember. But, based on the kind of person he is, it makes perfect sense that he would block somebody over, like, one little comment that he doesn't like because, again, it shows narcissism. Like, somebody says something that you don't like, and instead of dealing with whatever that comment was or letting it go, you just go, fuck you, bye. That's, again, just showing, like, oh, I don't need time for you because I'm better than you, I'm special, kind of thing. Which, that is what he thinks. MJ means and meant a ton to me. I wouldn't give up a ticket over you, which I wouldn't. That's why I know he's lying. You were and are a rude, ignorant, and shitty person, and a fraud to call yourself a philosopher. The fact you talk to me like this now over a question about a ticket says just enough about you. I didn't even swear at you, but I will now. You're a cunt, and you know you are. Fuck off. And you truly are, Justin. I would've gave you like $300 for that ticket, but you're such a fucking piece of shit, sense of obligation, with a fucking huge ego, huge sense of self-worth, and you don't have any self-worth. You are a piece of fucking shit. Hey, what do you call the guy with a 1-inch dick? Just in. Fuck you.